I think it's going to be a great day for hope for the community to see that we are there.
Louisville is taking another step forward 5 months after the Marshall Fire.
We took great pride in being able to help these homeowners.
More gun violence across America. A dozen mass shootings happened just this weekend.
It's unacceptable. It's beyond unacceptable.
Now lawmakers are in Washington to talk about new gun control measures. It's looking like we're getting closer to a new Broncos owner who's emerging as the front runner. And the Avs are one game away from the Stanley Cup Finals, but they'll be without one of their key players.
Everyone else has to be ready to go.
A game preview and where you can cheer the team on. It's been more than 5 months since the Marshall Fire tore through Boulder County. It's been months of debris removal since, and now one community is finally starting the rebuilding process. Thanks so much for joining us for Denver 7 News at 11. I'm Jason Grenauer. Construction starts today to rebuild a home on a lot that was destroyed back in December. Denver 7's Christian Lopez joins us live where a groundbreaking ceremony is happening right now. Christian?
Jason, it is a big day here in Louisville. They have officially broken ground on the first home that will be rebuilt here. Let me show you. They are digging the foundation right now. The owner of the construction company and the company doing the excavating are all from Louisville, and they tell me it is so meaningful for them to be a part of this rebuilding process. The Carson family is the second in Louisville to get their rebuilding permit. The debris has been all cleared out, and today, as you can see, they are working on the excavation before they work on the home's foundation. And this lot is the first of 20 rebuilds that the contractor Wood Brothers Homes will be working on. Most of them in the neighborhoods near Harper Lake, which was one of the worst hit neighborhoods. And we spoke to the family today who says that they are so excited and they're ready to come back stronger than ever.
It feels like the fire was yesterday and forever ago at the same time. It's hard to explain. And I've never gone through the process of building a new home. So it's been very educational. You have no idea all the steps and all the hurdles and all the challenges and everything feels like it takes forever. And you're just so excited to get to that next step.
And hopefully bringing some hope to others in this community as well. Jason, this house is expected to be finished in about 8 months. Live in Louisville this morning, I'm Christian Lopez, Denver 7.
So much. Well, new building codes go into effect in the eastern part of Boulder County today. The goal is to prevent another Marshall Fire.
We're trying to really focus on the ember ignition resistant construction materials that we can reduce the likelihood of seeing a similar tragedy again.
This is a list of those new requirements. Buildings must have fire-resistant construction materials. Now, this applies to roofs and attic vents. Homes also need to have non-combustible gutters and downspouts. There's also changes to decking and fencing materials. Colorado's Division of Fire Prevention and Control is holding several meetings this week so communities are more prepared for wildfires. It's part of the state's first statewide wildfire risk assessment. Now, people can attend listening sessions to learn about reducing wildfire risk and challenges to fighting fires. The first meeting is happening right now in Lakewood. Other meetings are scheduled this week, including in Steamboat Springs, Fort Collins, and Colorado Springs. Douglas County will have exclusive access to a special helicopter to fight wildfires. The helicopter can be used more than 150 days a year. Now, right now, it's stationed in the northwest part of the county. Douglas County officials say this is the most significant aerial firefighting investment by any local government in the state. Castle Pines is the latest city in the metro to adopt wildfire mitigation plans. South Metro will be working with homeowners there to find ways to reduce wildfire risk on their properties. Happening now at 11, lawmakers are meeting on Capitol Hill today to discuss a package of proposals to restrict access to guns. Now, the talks are happening as the country sees another weekend of mass shootings. As Rena Roy reports, there's mounting pressure now for lawmakers to reach a deal on gun reform.
Across America, at least a dozen mass shootings this weekend alone, including in Philadelphia. This busy street, packed with bars and restaurants, turned to chaos Saturday night.
We have multiple victims. All of a sudden I hear like
rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat.
This video, obtained exclusively by ABC News, shows the fight that broke out beforehand. Investigators say the two men fighting then began shooting. They believe one of them died. 2 bystanders were also killed and 11 others were injured.
And what happened is that you had some, sick maniac. Some people made it, some people didn't.
The 3 who died identified as 27-year-old Alexis Quinn, 34-year-old Gregory Jackson, and 22-year-old Chris Minners, a resident advisor at Girard College. In Chattanooga, Tennessee, Saturday night, 3 people killed and 14 shot after authorities say multiple gunmen opened fire at a nightclub. It's that city's second mass shooting in the past week. Parents and children around the country on edge.
My son is deathly afraid of school now.
A new ABC News Ipsos poll shows 72% of Americans say gun violence is an extremely or very important factor in their vote for Congress, and 70% believe new laws to reduce gun violence should be a priority. A small group of bipartisan senators is considering a range of options from expanded background checks to red flag laws, as well as funding for mental health and school security. The Senate Majority Leader has given them until the end of the week to reach an agreement. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Here at home, Boulder, Louisville, Superior, and Lafayette are all expected to pass stricter gun laws this week. Now, those laws include banning the sale and possession of assault weapons, banning magazines that contain more than 10 rounds, and raising the age for firearm purchases from 18 to 21. Other measures include outlawing open and concealed carry in hospitals, schools, and places of worship, instituting a 10-day wait period to buy a gun, and outlawing ghost guns. Aurora City Council will vote on funding for its youth violence prevention program. The city passed a resolution on it last month. The program expands partnerships with police, schools, mental health providers, and other groups. Denver City Council wants the city to have more affordable places to live. The city will vote on new rules tonight that would require developers to include affordable housing units in projects or pay an extra fee. They also want flexible heights for apartment complexes and parking reductions or exemptions.
What this proposal is about is that ensuring that, as new homes are built in Denver, we're creating more affordable housing homes too, that are serving so many folks that are critical to making our city great.
City leaders are also hoping to push for the creation of more accessory dwelling units with this program. Those are smaller homes built on the same lot as a regular home. You can weigh in on the proposals during a public hearing. Tonight's meeting starts at 5:30. Ballots are going in the mail today across the state ahead of Colorado's primary election. The election is 3 weeks from tomorrow. That's on June 28th.
We always like to remind voters that not everyone's going to get their ballot on the same day, and that's why it's so important that they sign up for ballot tracks on our website, denvervotes.org, to track the progress of their ballot.
Got my email this morning. Here's a look at what's on the ballot. You'll be voting in the primaries for governor and secretary of state and all U.S. House seats, all Colorado House seats, and half of our state senators. Ballots have to be received by your county clerk by 7 p.m. on Election Day. That, once again, is June 28th. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau will be in Colorado Springs tomorrow. He will be visiting the NORAD headquarters at Peterson Air Force Base. He'll then travel to LA to attend the 9th Summit of the Americas, hosted by President Joe Biden. Now, that Summit of the Americas brings together government officials worldwide. One leader who won't be there is the president of Mexico. The decision follows a dispute over the guest list because the leaders of Cuba, Nicaragua, and Venezuela were not invited. A major focus will be on the economy after the shutdown from the COVID-19 pandemic. The latest Gallup poll finds 85% of Americans say the economy is in fair or poor shape. The government says the U.S. added 390,000 jobs last month. The unemployment rate held steady at 3.6%. But many Americans are struggling to pay for things like groceries and gas.
We have a strong economy now. People are working. Inflation's a problem. I will grant you that. And we will get it under control because we're going to stick with it until we do.
Inflation causing gas prices to soar across the country. AAA says the national average for a gallon is nearly $4.86. That's up nearly $2 from a year ago. Here in Colorado, our prices aren't that high, but they're getting close. Prices have spiked nearly 40 cents in the past week. They're now close to $4.63, which is the highest recorded price in state history. Well, speaking of expensive, the Broncos could soon have a new owner. Forbes reports Rob Walton, heir to the Walmart fortune, will get the winning bid. Now, they say, Forbes does, that his bid will be about $4.5 billion. ESPN's Adam Schefter says sources say there is still no favorite. Now, Walton and his investment group were in Denver last month to see the Broncos training facility and tour Empower Field. Our Broncos insider Troy Renck says second-round bids are due today. He thinks a new owner could be in place before training camp starts next month. Let's talk the Avs now. They are just one game away from heading to the Stanley Cup Finals. They have a chance to sweep the Oilers in Edmonton tonight. Now, both teams, though, they will be without a top player. The Oilers' Evander Kane has been suspended for that dangerous hit on Nazem Kadri against the boards. Avs coach Jared Bednar says Kadri is out for the rest of the series. Mikko Rantanen could move to center, and he says he's ready.
I was playing center earlier this year when Nate was hurt and when Nas was hurt a little bit, so I think I could do it, and obviously it's a little different, so make some adjustments. But I'm ready to play whatever position. Maybe not D or goalie, but otherwise I'm ready.
Yeah, we have enough goaltending issues, or question marks at least. The Avs are unbeaten on the road in the playoffs so far. The game starts at 6 tonight. If the Avs do lose tonight, Game 5 will be Wednesday out at Ball Arena. And don't forget, you can watch the Avs on the big screen out at Ball Arena. The team is hosting another watch party tonight. Tickets are $10. You can get them on Ticketmaster. Proceeds benefit Kroenke Sports charities. Parking is free and doors open at 5 o'clock. Well, we're still buzzing with excitement over a local spelling bee success story. We are talking live with the local finalist about that down-to-the-wire finish. And people are putting away their skis out at A Basin, but the resort is still welcoming guests this summer.